Hello, this is Curtis Swisher. I want to share with you today the top 10 costly mistakes that parents make while preparing their teens for college. We'll count down from number 10 to the number 1 most commonly costly mistake. Number 10, mandating a particular college or college major. Have you ever heard of parents using money as leverage to compel their child to attend a particular college or to study a particular degree program? I have. In one example, their daughter complied, but their relationships were irreparably damaged and they remain alienated today. I don't think that's worth it. As a parent, you have the power to compel your child to do what you want because you have the money. You worked hard for that money and you want to ensure it's invested well. It's legitimate for parents to set boundaries on how their money is spent. At the same time, young people need to have a voice in major decisions that will affect the rest of their lives. It's worth the effort to find a college and a degree plan that you can all commit to. Mistake number 9, not guiding their teen to file a FAFSA. FAFSA is an acronym that stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid, and it's required before a student can apply for financial aid at any university. Your child needs your support to complete the application, which includes information about your family's federal income tax filing. They don't have that information and they need your support as a parent. How-to videos for completing the FAFSA are available on YouTube, and written instructions are also at the FAFSA website. Costly mistake number 8 that parents make when helping to prepare their teen for college is not helping their teen adequately prepare for a college transfer. There are a few pitfalls that need to be managed well for the following reasons. The destination college may have higher academic standards than the former college. The destination college may not accept some course credits earned at the former college. I recommend that the transfer be planned with a transfer counselor at the destination college 2 semesters in advance if possible to ensure 100% alignment with the destination college's degree requirements. And finally, transfer students, especially introverts, may have difficulty making new friends at the new college. They will enter a new environment in which most other students will have already formed their friendship circles, and it may be hard for them to break into those circles. So encourage your student, if they are transferring, to become active in one or more student organizations in order to meet new friends. Costly mistake number 7 that parents make when preparing their teen for college is expecting their child to find and to apply for scholarships without guidance. The majority of scholarships are designed for students with low income and or exceptional academic scores or athletic skills. If your family isn't low income or your child is not at the top of their class or a college level athlete, he or she may struggle to find scholarships for which they are eligible. There are several ways you can lend your support. Encourage your son or daughter to discuss scholarships with the high school counselor. The high school counselor is often a great resource for obtaining scholarships because scholarship donors want to help local kids if possible. Accompany your daughter or son to the financial aid office at the college they plan to attend. Another way you can help is help your son or daughter search for scholarships online. This can provide some screening help to them as they are filtering out all these scholarships. And finally, most teens would rather do anything else than search for and apply for scholarships. We experienced this with our own children. A friend told me that he and his wife incentivized their children to apply for scholarships with cash awards as a percentage of any scholarship amount they received. We used this strategy and it was quite effective for one of our children. Mistake number 6, failing to adequately assess a study abroad program before agreeing to fund it. We made this mistake. Both our children participated in a study abroad program and we made our mistake on the first one. A study abroad experience broadens a student's perspective and enhances their resume, so we do recommend them. Universities are increasingly encouraging or even requiring a study abroad experience in their degree programs. Based on my wife and I's experiences, I recommend that you objectively assess your child's maturity level before committing to a study abroad program. As a general guideline, I recommend that a student complete at least 2 full years of college before studying abroad. That way it ensures they are mature enough to handle it well. To minimize cost and to minimize the risk to their personal safety, I also recommend short duration study abroad options, such as a summer program or a professor-led mini program. Our son and his roommate were the very first students in their small university to ever apply for a study abroad program. We were all very excited for them, but we failed to fully vet the program cost. His semester abroad cost as much as 2 semesters at his university in the United States. Mistake number 5 that parents make: not encouraging their teen to take dual credit courses while still in high school. Dual credit courses are college courses that students take while still in high school. The student earns college credit while simultaneously meeting requirements towards their high school diploma. Common dual credit courses include core classes such as English 1 and 2, History 1 and 2, Art or Music Appreciation, and some of the humanities courses. Both of our children earned more than 20 hours of dual credit through the local community college while they were still attending high school. It's a great way to get a head start on a college degree at an economical cost because they're still living at home. If there's no community college near where you live, your child can likely take dual credit college classes online. Mistakes number 4 that parents make: not setting a cost or a time limit for earning a degree. We made this mistake. We unconsciously assumed that our children would finish college in 4 years like we did, but that was a bad assumption. Our first one did not. Currently, the average total cost for college in the United States is more than $20,000 per year for in-state public universities, and it's considerably more costly for private colleges and out-of-state colleges. The total cost to attend college includes housing, meals, tuition, books, fees, and transportation. So this is a sizable investment, somewhere around $85,000 to $100,000 minimum for a 4-year degree. I recommend that you set a budget or a time limit for your contribution to your child's education and make that really clear to them from the beginning. If you do, you'll need to establish an accounting system for the college expenses and make the process transparent enough so that your child knows where they stand at any given time. Mistake number 3, allowing someone to convince your child to take on student loan debt. Approximately 70% of graduating seniors have student loan debt when they get out of college. Due to student loan debt and underemployment, which we'll talk about in the next mistake, 60% of young adults 18 to 31 years old remain financially dependent on their parents in some way or the other, and many boomerang back to live at home with their parents. As a result, they delay marriage, having children, buying homes, and so forth. If 30% of college seniors can graduate without student loan debt, your child can too. It won't be easy. It will take firm resolve. However, it is possible, and we've generated a list of 30 different ideas to help your child to graduate debt-free. Imagine the advantages your child will have over their indebted peers. They will not be financially dependent on you or anyone else. They will be able to save for retirement from their very first paycheck, and they'll be able to save towards buying a house much sooner than their friends. We can help you to achieve this goal by pointing your family towards resources and ideas for graduating debt-free. Mistake number 2 that parents make as we're counting down to number 1: leaving their teen to choose a career without adequate career counseling. There are 3 problems with leaving your teen without adequate career counseling. There are nearly 900 occupations listed in the U.S. Department of Labor database. When we ask teens to choose a career, it's like giving them a multiple choice question with 900 answers. They've never solved a problem that complex before. Some college degrees don't lead to high income. According to a recent study, 43% of recent college graduates were underemployed in their first job. That means they're working a job that does not require a 4-year degree. 2/3 of these graduates will still be underemployed 5 years later, according to current trends. There are no warning labels on college degrees, and some of them are not worth the cost that you spend. Colleges don't tell students that they can't get a good paying job with some of the degrees that they offer. Graduating seniors find out the hard way and too late when they start looking for a job after they graduate. Teens have very little actual work experience. They really don't know what they would find interesting in the world of work. They also know little about the realities of the job market, the skills and the credentials that are marketable, and how difficult it is to land a good job. So they need guidance with respect to choosing their career. Finally, the number one most common costly mistake that parents make when preparing their children for college is failing to have their teen assessed for their strengths, personality type, and motivational values. Your son or daughter's career success is predicted by doing work that aligns with how he or she is designed for success. We use at mycareerquest.com 4 assessments to discover how our clients are designed for success. Then they can choose a career that matches their design. I'm on a mission to help young people graduate debt-free with a highly employable degree so they can launch successful careers. We have resources to help your teen overcome the 5 major challenges they will face on the career launch journey. The 5 challenges facing young people are choosing the right career for them, choosing the right school, funding their education, finding relevant internships, and landing a great job after they graduate. We'll talk about each of these in turn. How many of you know a young person who graduated from college, could not find a good paying job and is once again living with their parents? It's called the boomerang generation. A New York Times article was written about them several years ago. I've summarized their situations as a table in a downloadable PDF below. In every case, they earned a degree with low market value and they borrowed money to get it. The first challenge that a young person faces is choosing the right career. Many young people believe a prevailing myth that a college degree guarantees a good job. That's simply not true. They spend 4 or more years in college and about $100,000 to earn a degree. But they choose a degree that wasn't highly employable. You see, there are no warning labels on college degrees, and nobody told them that their degree had low employability. They found out the hard way. This is the situation of each of the people in the New York Times article. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are millions of people with bachelor's degrees who are working in jobs that don't require a degree at all. There's a term for this situation. It's called underemployed. Did you know that according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are 323,000 waiters and waitresses with bachelor's degrees? There are 365,000 cashiers, 83,000 bartenders, and 80,000 truck drivers with bachelor's degrees. Did you know that according to those same statistics, there are more than 115,000 janitors, 78,000 landscapers and groundskeepers, and 481,000 customer service agents with bachelor's degrees. And none of those jobs require a degree. Now, don't get me wrong, all those jobs need to be done by someone, and work has dignity, but you don't need to spend a great deal of investment of time and money in order to get a degree and then land a job such as one of these. These are the best jobs these graduates could get because they had a degree with low market value. According to a recent study, about 43% of recent college graduates are underemployed in their first job. And unfortunately, if they start out underemployed, 2/3 of them will still be underemployed 5 years later. It's a perpetuating cycle that they can get trapped in. Did you know that there are nearly 900 occupations in the U.S. Department of Labor database? When we ask a young person what career they'd like to pursue, we've given them a multiple choice question with 900 answers. They've never solved a problem this complex before. Teens have very little actual work experience typically. They don't really know what work they'd find interesting. They also know little about the realities of the job market, such as the skills and credentials that are marketable and how difficult it is to land a good job. In my experience, only about 10% of young people have high certainty about their future career. The other 90% feel somewhat or very confused. If they don't receive suitable career counseling, they'll pursue an occupation that sounds interesting based on what's familiar to them or something that they saw on TV. I've had a number of clients say they wanted to be a forensic scientist based on programs like CSI on television, but they had no concept of the education and skills required or the number of jobs that are actually available in that field. I help young people choose their occupation through a proven four-stage process. We use assessments to understand how they're wired for success, then exploration, evaluation, and finally a decision to choose one career path and therefore their college major. Here we see a diagram that describes someone's best fit work. Red represents activities you like to do, your interest and personality type. Yellow represents the things you naturally do well, your abilities, talents, strengths, and skills. Blue represents your motivational values, goals, and priorities. And green represents the money that someone is willing to pay you for providing a product or service. If we take away the green oval that represents the marketplace, what we have left describes a hobby. You like to do it, you do it well, and you're motivated to do it, but nobody cares enough to pay you for that work. When your interests and skills meet a market demand, then you will experience satisfying work while earning a good living. That's your personal sweet spot for your career. Here are some quotes that I really like. If you're doing something you love and you're great at it, life can't be better. Here's another one. Everyone was made for some particular work, and the desire for that work has been put in every heart. Here's one from Malcolm Forbes. The biggest mistake people make in life is not making a living at doing what they most enjoy. And here's one from Aristotle. Where the needs of the world and your talents cross, there lies your vocation. And finally from Aisha Cogburn, connect your purpose and your passion to your profession. Challenge number 2 for young people as they seek to launch a successful career is choosing the right school for them. A high school diploma doesn't qualify a young person for a successful career. Additional education of some kind is required to acquire the necessary skills and credentials. The education may come through on-the-job training, self-study, a community college, a technical institute, or a university. Just as there are more occupations today now than ever before, there are more educational options. If a young person plans to attend college, there are at least 10 factors they should consider when choosing the right college for them. I've created a downloadable checklist of factors to consider along with questions to ask during a campus visit for the benefit of our clients. Challenge number 3, funding your education. There's an ancient proverb that says the borrower is slave to the lender. Paying for college has become a vexing problem. Since 1985, the cost of a college education has increased faster than any other segment of our economy, including healthcare. A 4-year degree from a public university currently costs around $100,000 when we factor in housing, tuition, books, food, and transportation. And private universities cost considerably more. Did you know that 69% of college graduates have student loan debt and 44 million Americans have unpaid student loans? It's the only loan someone can get without any evidence of the ability to repay it. One time I met 2 people in a single week who were making student loan payments 19 years after they graduated from college. I think it's a travesty in this country that we have all this student loan debt, and I'm on a mission to help young people graduate from college debt free. If 30% of graduating seniors can graduate debt free, your child can also. To help, I've created a list of 30 ideas to help our clients fund college or to reduce college expenses. A recent trend is that the debt load is shifting to parents. This is alarming to me. When students have borrowed the federal student loan maximum of $30,000, then we see data that suggests that their parents or grandparents are borrowing more money to fund their college education. This debt that the parents or grandparents are taking on is a direct threat to their own retirement. It means that they'll have to work longer or live a reduced lifestyle during their retirement. Challenge number 4, finding relevant internships. Job applicants who have relevant experience in their field are significantly advantaged over those with no relevant experience. The best way to gain relevant experience during the college years is through internships. Our daughter had 2 successful internships while attending Texas A&M University. In 2 videos, she shares her tips for landing an internship, and we make them available to our clients. Challenge number 5 is landing your first career job after graduation. In my experience with clients, it takes about 6 months after graduation for a college graduate to land a good job if they don't already have a job offer before they graduate. I've coached many people through my proven job search process, those who are graduates or those who are in a profession already and are seeking a better job. And we would love to work with you if you need to find a job. In summary, young people face several significant challenges as they prepare to launch successful careers. There are more than 900 occupations, and without effective career counseling, most young people don't know how to identify the right one for them. A college degree is no guarantee of career success. There are no warning labels on college degrees, and many of them have low employability. The colleges are glad to sell you those degrees if you're willing to buy them. They simply don't warn you that they have low employability. College is also more expensive than ever before, and far too many students graduate with debt. I don't want that to be your child. Graduates without relevant work experience are less attractive to employers than those who have internships. Finding their first career job after college often takes 6 months if the graduate didn't have a job offer when they graduate. So with all these challenges, we've identified resources and videos and along with our own coaching to help young people overcome these challenges and to launch successfully. We would welcome the opportunity to work with you to help your young person launch their career successfully. I invite you to schedule a 30-minute free consultation to discuss how we can help your child to choose a career that fits their design. There will be no sales pitch, I promise, just an honest conversation so I can address your questions about how we can help your child and to help your family save money on college.